What's up, world? So I'm in Phoenix, coming at you again, mid-August 2019. Just thought I'd show one more small special feature that we just picked up for my wife's new EDC. She, of course, had been carrying the HK VP9SK for a number of years now, but because of its bulk and size, especially for the summer clothing that she kind of has, and after lots of testing with a couple of other pistols out there, she made a decision. So, of course, we looked at the 6-hour P365, 6-hour P365 XL. We even looked at the Mossberg MC1 as well as the Luger LC9 Pro S that we found used. None of them really fit in the bill. Now, she's really not much of a Glock person, especially with the Gen 3 and Gen 4 Glocks, but after some long decisions and going through a lot of testing, we decided on, what do you see in front of me? A Glock. Dun 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 dun. That's right, folks. A G43X, but looks a little bit different than most of the G43X's that you've been seeing on YouTube and other social media so far. And that is the fact that this one actually has a recovered GR43 trigger guard mounted rail adapter, and of course, shouts out to Olight again with their PL-Mini2 Valkyrie weapon line. We wanted to do this for a couple of reasons, of course. First is the fact that the pistol, as great as it is, actually has a little bit of muzzle flip, especially in the front, because of the fact that it's so light. It was really throwing my wife off, especially when she was trying to get quick target acquisitions within about 7 yards or so, and it was starting to really affect the way that she was able to not only draw, but be able to group with to set within that group. So after ironically adding not only the recover adapter as well as the light, it added about 5 ounces, and that was really just enough to be able to stabilize the pistol well enough in order to have a fantastic grip for it without the additional muzzle flip that usually occurred. The other reason, of course, is because of the fact that actually we really just didn't want to deal with any more of the TLR6. I'm sorry, guys, as great as that light is and quick acquisition, especially for you G43 owners, the fact that 100 lumens just wasn't enough, especially in darker situations. And because of the fact that there were so many more small light options that were available that used a pick rail, we found that this was a much, much better option and choice to be able to use. We'll get into it. As usual, we're trying to check to make sure that the weapon is clear. Great orange follower. I have nothing in the chamber, anything like that. Nothing up my sleeve. Nothing up my sleeve here. The one thing that we found very interesting about the G43X was the fact that this is not Glock's first real attempt of doing a single stack, higher capacity, thin version of its EDC pistols. Before there was that, of course, there was the Walther PPS Model 1, which is my summer EDC carry. As you can tell, it also has a PL-Mini2 Valkyrie, but it already has an integrated Glock-style rail that was integrated into the actual polymer frame of the pistol. This one has a lot of additional stippling on it. Shouts out to Plastic Gunworks once again. You've seen this pistol before. I've had a video review on it, but suffice it to say, it's actually very similar. Of course, everything is clear. Nothing up my sleeve. Everything is clear to go. Sorry for the bump. So let's take a look at this again. So if you can tell, basically it's very, very, very similar. In fact, actually the PPS Model 1 is actually slightly thinner by a couple of millimeters over the 43X. And in addition to that, the slide is actually longer. So we did better sight acquisition with this particular pistol. But as you can tell, the bore axis is actually about the same. Please disregard the indicator there. It just shows that the trigger is charged, but the weapon has been cleared, as you can see. The thing that's the most interesting about it is the fact that if you look at the height of the actual pistol grip, this is on the right, the PPS is an 8-round magazine that's installed versus the 10-round magazine that's in the 43X. So the sights, of course, are very similar, low bore axis, and as you can tell, as usual, we have replaced the sights with True Glow sights. It's a great night sight that's able to go because we all know that the Glock sights rather suck. So fantastic reason to get that there. Superwoman, super wife. So the one thing I like about this is that it already has on the recover rail adapter points to where you can be able to have better CQB acquisition, whether you're a lefty or a righty. I'll probably add a little bit more stippling to these areas, but it's a great area to be able to have. The slide is much easier to charge than the PPS Model 1, especially for those that have arthritis or weaker hands, so there's no worry there. So we all know it's great to have these small single stack EDCs out there, but the question as always comes into, what about holsters? Anytime that you have a permanent or semi-permanent weapon mounted light, holster choice can be extremely limited. So of course we always know that there's always be one or two companies that have holsters available. Kydex is always preferable more than anything else because it's easier to make as well as less expensive. And of course, for those of us that have done this before, it is much easier to brave something that we've known before, such as the MIE Productions Kydex Holster. So when it comes to the G43X, options are still a little bit limited right now, but they are available. One of them is through Triad Holsters, which has not only its particular holster for this, but they also sell the Recover GR43 adapter and the PO2 Valkyrie light as a kit for about $180 or so with its particular holster. Now, for me, of course, I have my particular preferences. As I just said, MIE Productions usually has a fantastic holster. I've always seen this one already. My Raid style red carbon fiber EDC carrier with an additional mag carrier with it, J clips, wonderful stuff. We've all seen this before. And although it doesn't allow for a threaded barrel, very compact, as well as with its additional claw to be able to help push that out just a little bit more. So same thing goes with this for the G43X. MIE Productions now makes this. You can have either choice of a foamy or J clip for part of the holster, and I detached the actual claw for a minute because there are certain outfits that my wife uses that may not be able to work with it well, but it does have great protector back here against the skin, very quick, easy acquisition, no problem. Love it. Absolutely great stuff. So we have done it. Finally found a thin styled EDC for my wife, G43X with a PL-Mini2 Valkyrie light. Thanks again. Always stay safe. Be cool. Take care. Peace.